Hi, my name's Holly, and I'm going to be talking about the psychoanalytic theory. There's different psychoanalytic psychologies, but for this video I'm going to be focusing on Freud. The psychoanalytic theory was developed by Sigmund Freud, and it focuses on the development and the dynamics of personality. Freud emphasized that us as humans are driven by emotions that we're not always aware of. The aim of psychoanalysis therapy would be to release those repressed emotions to essentially make the unconscious conscious. Psychoanalysis is used to treat patients with anxiety and depression. In his theory, Freud talks about the id, the ego, and the superego, with the id being the part of personality that seeks instant gratification, that is impulsive, irrational, and selfish. The ego is the more rational side of personality, so this side is capable of delaying pleasure. And lastly, the superego is kind of our sense of eternalized moral standard. So problems can develop when the id is unevenly distributed. For example, people with antisocial personality may have a weaker superego, so that their moral standard is weaker, and their id is more prominent, meaning that they tend to be more impulsive and irrational people. So looking at these three parts of personality are kind of what are used to describe and understand human behavior, according to Freud. Some assumptions about this theory are that psych problems are rooted in the unconscious mind, and some typical causes of these issues can stem from unresolved issues during development and childhood or during traumatic events. So Freud placed a great importance on how conflicts among parts of these minds shape behavior and personality. So some weaknesses with this theory is that it was just overall too generalizing and too ambiguous, that it focused too much on dreams and free associations. Some say that it lacked scientific validity and that it didn't allow for clear-cut predictions. Oftentimes today there's an emphasis put on problems that a patient is currently experiencing, whereas Freud would take it all the way back to their childhood and try to understand what happened when they were younger that is making them feel the way they feel today. And it was also said that he used a bias sample for his experiments, that he used upper to middle class women, which didn't represent the general population. And some often said that his theories seemed weak and they failed to initiate standards for treatment. So some strengths of psychoanalysis is that it can offer an in-depth perspective into personality and why we act the way we do. It gives patients the opportunity to talk about their problems with a professional, and it can be used to understand human development. So currently psychoanalysis is still used, but it has been modified and changed to fit more current research and findings, but it's still there as kind of the basic groundwork. But it more and more today it continues to be overshadowed by cognitive psychology. So I came up with some examples to kind of show real world situations and how the psychoanalytic theory would be put into those situations. So April broke up with Adam, and 3 months later went on to date Mark. While at dinner one night, April called Mark by Adam's name. Now, a psychoanalytic therapist may say that there's a deeper reason for that it wasn't just an accident, that maybe April still has feelings for Adam, or that she was thinking about him, or something more than just it was an accident. Andrew lost his car keys and was late for work. A psychoanalytic therapist might say that he lost his keys because somewhere in his subconscious mind he didn't want to go to work. And lastly, Lexi is adamant that she does not want to get married. Her parents divorced when she was young. So a psychoanalytic therapist may say that deep down she thinks she doesn't want to get married because she thinks that it won't work because her parents didn't. So one essential thing a counselor in training should know about this theory is that it requires the client to be committed and put forth effort to dig deep into their past to bring up issues that they may have tried to repress. Thanks for listening.